Hi, we're doing an online interview with Rayner, the founder of Trading with Rayner. He is an independent trader and the most followed trader in Singapore. Till today, he has helped many people in their trading journey.
Okay, let's get started. So, Reina, can you tell me more about yourself and how do you got started in trading?
Okay, so I pretty much got started trading back in my university days, where one fine day a broker came to school and organized a trading competition. So I didn't know what that is, so I took part in it and to find out more, and that's where I pretty much got started in trading to learn what's it all about. So when I completed my education, right, I decided to that I really want to get involved in this trading career. So needless to say, the next logical step for me is to find a firm that actually hires trader and let them trade their capital. So I got into a proprietary trading firm right after I think 6 months to a year of searching, and that's how I got started in officially got started into trading.
Okay, thank you. And the next question, right? So, as a prop trader, right, what is the most significant event that has happened to you and how do you deal with it?
Okay, so as a prop trader, it's very different from a traditional job where you're getting a fixed salary, right? As a prop trader, you pretty much have usually get paid a very small allowance or no allowance at all, and then from then on, whatever profits that you make, right, it's pretty much a profit sharing scheme between you and your company. So needless to say, right, trading, you don't make money every month, right? So what happens is that sometimes there are months where you just take home nothing. So the biggest takeaway from this is that you really must manage your finance. I think it's not only prop trading. If you're trading this a full time, right? If you're trading this as your main source of income, you really have to manage your finance carefully. Sometimes if the markets are good, you make a lot of money, right? You don't want to be going out there and spend on big items, luxury stuff, because there will be times when it comes, right, where you just are not making money from the market. So what this has really taught me is to really manage your finance, right, to spend as little as possible, right, and to always be prepared for the bad times.
How long has it been since you started blogging?
Okay, so while at a prop trading, right, so I'm not always busy, trading. There are sometimes where the markets are quiet and it's quite boring, right? So that's where I decided to, kind of make use of my time. So that's where I explored, ways to kill time. So I started the website Trading with Rayner as a means to kind of pen down my thoughts, sharing my thought process, the lessons that I learned. So I think the website came about during my prop trading days. I think it's about 2012, thereabout. That's where the website is registered. Yes.
What sort of asset classes do you usually trade or invest in?
Okay, so right now I focus a lot on the FX and the forwards market. Okay, as well as also getting involved into stocks and ETFs, right? So, but for the last, I would say the early days, right, I've been trading actively was the futures at prop trading, right? And after which was a FX and then forwards. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Rayner. Next question. Will you be able to preview which currency pair or asset classes which are currently on your watch list? And as well as share with us how are your long-term views on it?
Okay, sure. So I think since most of your audience are local stock traders, right, I think it kind of makes sense to maybe just have a look at the local stock markets. That would make a lot of sense. So just give me a while I log into an account to check local stocks. I think it's not really moving much, right, compared to the US stock markets. So just a quick one. Let me just see what I can share. So what I'm seeing is the Straits Times Index ETF. Okay, so I think it pretty much tracks the local stock markets, and what I'm seeing is that right now this market it's pretty much in a long-term range, right? If you look back since a 2017 September, about 1 year ago, this market didn't really move much at all. So if you ask me, right, one simple guideline for stock traders, which I think is really, really useful, is to follow what the index is doing. If the index is bullish, right, you want to be buying stocks. If the index is bearish, right, you either want to stay in cash, or if you can, right, you can look to short the market. So this gives you a very simple compass direction to know whether you should be buying or selling. So from the looks of it, right now, the STI, which is the market that we are tracking, right, it's to know whether you want to be buying or selling, you can use the 200 period moving average, 200-day moving average as a barometer, right? So right now, if you just pull out your 200 MA, I believe the STI is below the 200 MA. So if you ask me, right, I would rather, you stay in cash or look to short the markets, right? Right now, if you want to buy, you're pretty much going against the general tide of the local stock market. So that is my view for the stock markets right now. So in terms of which markets to short, right, since the STI now it's below the 200 MA, just want to check if it's below 200 MA. Just let me pull out my indicator.
Okay.
Because I only have 50 and 100 here. Yeah, it's below the 200 MA. So yep. So okay. So again, right, the bias is either hold in cash, right, or to short the markets. So anyway, if markets that you want to short, I think right now I spotted a few which it looks quite enticing.
Okay, can you name me the few that you're watching right now?
Okay, a few that looks potential shorting opportunity. I think one is a Keppel Corp, right? It looks right now as I'm looking at it, it's hovering around $6.50, right? Price has been, I would say, declining over the last few weeks, right? Having lower highs, telling you that people are just selling at these lower prices. So it's about to break down right now. So again, right, I would expect lower prices here on Keppel Corp. Let me just share one more and see what else I can find.
Okay. So am I right to say that most of your strategies are based on technical analysis? Do you have any more of like a long-term outlook of the fundamental analysis?
Zero fundamentals. Okay. I don't look at fundamentals.
On technical analysis.
That's right. So I think, so anyway, that's my take on it. Right? I think Keppel Corp is worth looking, possible lower prices in the coming weeks. That's about it, right? So hopefully that helps if you're watching Simple Guideline to help.
Okay, Ken, that's really good.
Okay, so how do you manage your portfolio? Is it passively or actively? And can you elaborate more on it?
So generally what I do is that my trading can be kind of split up into two categories. The first category is what is called a discretionary trading, where I pretty much look at the chart, technical analysis, support resistance, moving average to identify trading opportunities to buy and sell. So trades like this, right, few times can be held for days or even weeks. On the other end of the type of trading is what I call what it's usually called systematic trading. So this type of trading is very rule-based. So what you do is that you would usually take a set of rules, you will backtest it over the last 10 years and see how your rules have performed. If your rules have performed okay, right, then there's a good chance that it could perform okay in the future. So this is what I do, right? Testing a set of rules. It makes sense that I pretty much trade this set of rules, right, in the days ahead. So this type of trading is very systematic. Takes like 5 minutes a day to do it. Pretty much what I do is I download the data every day, right? Because when the market's closed, the data is it's ready. I download it to the system, run the system. The system will then give out buy and sell signals, right? So that's largely how I trade right now.
So in terms of trading system, do you have any checkbox before you enter the trade, or do you base 100% on the system and place the trade as what it shows you?
Okay, so for me, for the systematic one, there's no checkbox. Once the system says buy, I don't even think twice. I just buy. I just follow the system, black and white. Yeah. So it's really, that's why we call it systematic, is that everything is black and white without any discretion to it. So when it says buy, I buy. When it says sell, I sell. Yeah.
Okay, Ken.
All right, thank you. All right, next question. Have you started any charity funding or philanthropy campaign, or are you planning to start one in the future?
Okay, right now I don't have any philanthropy campaign or started any funding, right? I think the only thing is probably, just donating money whenever I'm outside if I happen to have the chance. But what I intend to do is I find that in Singapore, there are a few occupation that deserve more awareness, right? Like, for example, people sweeping the floor, construction workers who are, building our houses under the hot sun, people who wash our toilets, clean our dishes in hawker centers. I find that these occupations, right, deserve more awareness than just taking it for granted. So, perhaps 5 years down the road, I have a plan of, getting involved, my hands dirty into working in this different occupation field, like maybe 1-2 weeks doing construction, 1-2 weeks cleaning toilets in the airport, 1-2 weeks at some hawker center clearing dishes and stuff like that. So to kind of gain experience, to know how it feels like, and then bring the message out there, maybe in the form of a blog post, in the form of writing a book, to kind of spread more awareness to other fellow Singaporeans to kind of appreciate, right, what we have down here in our island. Yeah, so that's something I'm thinking about.
That's really good.
That's a really good initiative. Hopefully to see you doing this down the years, working on such good charities. Alright, and for the next question, there have been very few traders who have been as successful as you are. So what gives you an edge to this market?
Okay, so firstly, I don't really think I'm very successful, but I would say what gives me an edge is that, the passion, the willingness to always learn about the market. So I think it's the same for anything that you're doing, right? Without passion, it's very hard to drive through the obstacles and hurdles that will be in your way. Most people want to get into trading or get into business to make money, right? But if you can't find the higher purpose, you can't find the why to, why you want to get involved in this business. Maybe it's because, family business, maybe because people ask you to do it, right? Then you won't really have the passion to go through it. So it's like trading, right? If you just want to do it for the money, when the difficulty comes, right, you'll just give up because you find that, it's easier to just stay at my job and, have a fixed pay. So I guess what really gives me that edge is that I love the markets. I love learning, different ways someone can, trade and profit from the markets, right? So it's always learning and the passion to always wanting to be a better trader than I was. So for example, I started off with short-term trading, right, in the prop firm, right, trading the futures market. Then my trading evolved, right. I got involved in trend following, trading of longer-term trading, and now also in the recent years, I got involved in systematic trading, right, where I backtest a bunch of rules, right, and see what works and what don't, right, and run it in the live market. So my trading also has evolved over time, right, trading more markets, trading different strategies, right, and it's because I love this business and I love this this whole thing called trading. So yeah, that's what gives me my edge, if you want to put it across.
Okay, great.
Finally, are there any advices for newbies who are interested in getting started in trading?
Okay, so there are definitely things that you want to be aware. When you get into trading, again, you really want to do it because you love the markets. You want to, be a better trader, not because of the money. Because if you're just thinking about the money, then the failure rate is very high, right? So to start things off, right, I suggest, do it because for the right reason, because you love the markets, right? So, and once you get started, right, then I would suggest, starting small, right? I think most of you watching here are probably working right now, full-time jobs. I think, having $20,000 aside probably is money that you have. So I don't suggest putting all your money into your trading account, because when you get started in trading, you're going to be as bad as possible, right? You're going to make a lot of mistakes, error, and all the silly stuff. So you don't want to put all your money and risk it all. What I suggest is that if, let's say, you have $20,000 available to risk, right, set a fraction aside, maybe $2,000 or $3,000, right? So you can use that money to go and, trade the markets, trade small. Like, for example, if you trade Forex, I think most brokers let you trade with like, what, few $100. So trade small, make all your mistakes and learn from it, right? The cost of your education is relatively small. And when you gain the confidence, right, when you know what you're doing, right, then you can slowly bring in the whatever amount that you have, right, and trade with it, but not at the start, right? Only when you're later, when you're confident to do it on your own consistently and profitably. So that's my suggestion. And another thing to add is that there's a lot of trading strategy systems and methodology out there. And the fastest way to kind of, get profitable is to really dive in, learn everything you can about the markets, learn everything about how people trade the markets, and focus on just one strategy or one method. That's all you need, just one. Go all in 100%, right, and learn it inside out. But the thing is, you do not know what's that one at the start. That's why I said you have to explore all the different from A to Z, right? Just explore it briefly, right? Understand how it works. Then you'll probably meet a few that resonate with you. Maybe it suits your commitment. Maybe it suits your, your personality, right? Then focus on that one, right? Go all in, right? And that's, I would say, the fastest way you can actually, make become good at trading, all right? Or rather, be a profitable trader. Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any avenues for them to get started? Like maybe some interesting websites that you often looked at, or there's kind of like tools or books that you can recommend them to start reading or get started?
Yes, I think you can just Google, right? Just type in best trading books. I think my website will probably be one of the first few links. Click on it. I have a bunch of books that I recommend any trader to get started, right? So just Google best trading books. You should be able to find that link and just read those books, right? Go to a library, borrow, it's free, or go to Amazon, purchase it. I would say that's one of the cheapest form of education that you can invest in yourself. Yeah.
Thank you once again, Rayner, for sharing with us about your trading journey. You can check out his website, tradingwithrayner.com, and get a free resources on Forex trading tips and strategies, as well as a guidebook for the ultimate guide to trend following.
Okay, thanks so much, Rayner, for your help.
Thank you,
Thank you
Jamie.
for your sharing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.